Warning, Prospect Watch is not your average hockey podcast, and that's okay with us. Our goal is to introduce you to stars in the making from all over the world. They may not be household names yet, but we assure you they will be soon enough. Welcome to Prospect Watch. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Prospect Watch with your host, Lance Green.
All right, guys. Hello and welcome back to Prospect Watch, a podcast that focuses solely on the discovery and promotion of some of the best young talent in the game today from all reaches of the world. As my old Crony Steel just said, I'm your host, Lance Green, and today we are lucky enough to bring back a good friend of the show, a Mr. Rocco Pelosi. Rocco, first off, thank you for agreeing to come back, and congrats on quite another fine season.
No, thank you guys, and thank you guys for having me back on.
It's always a pleasure to have another great friend of the show on. And Rocco, thank you very much for being on the show here, man. So we really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you guys.
All right. So we usually call it getting familiar, but let's call it getting re-familiar. All right. So for those of you that are viewing this podcast for the first time, let me tell you, you're in for a treat because Rocco here, out of all the amazing young prospects we've interviewed over the years, holds the title for our most viewed show ever. All right. So that's pretty big deal considering all the great young prospects we have on here. And it's for good reason because Rocco is now a 16-year-old hockey prodigy that was born and raised in the state of New Jersey, where we cover most professional teams around the area. And last time we talked to him, about 9 or 10 months ago, he had just finished his 14U season at Mount St. Charles Academy, where he scored an incredible 87 goals and 83 assists for 170 points. All right, not too shabby by any means.
Right.
That amount of points helped him to win a national championship. Now, fast forwarding, a whole nother season has passed, and this young man has managed to run it back yet again to win another national championship, this time in the 15U age bracket, where he managed to net an astounding 65 goals, 75 assists for 140 points during the regular seasons. Folks, that's averages out to 2.3 points per game. But still, I'm not done. All right.
Wait, no, that averages out to gaudy. That's what that averages out to.
Gaudy numbers right
there.
Yeah, I like it. But still, I'm not done, all right? After winning his second national championship, right? Rocco found out just a few days ago, a little bit longer maybe, that he was lucky enough to make the U.S. National Development's U17 team. So congrats for sure on that, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
That is so awesome, man. Congratulations, sir.
Yeah. So Steel, why don't we get into asking this young man some questions?
I mean, before you bust out of your skin.
Right.
He's a bit excited. I mean, can you tell a little bit? Right? Just a little? Okay. All right. Here we go. So now we're into your second season here with Mount Charles. And how did it compare with last season?
Yeah, I think it was very similar just because we brought back so many guys and had a lot of that core group back from last year's national championship. So, it kind of gave us a lot of, I wouldn't say motivation, but like kind of motivated us to, go back to back. And, we had a target on our back all year. And, we love that, honestly. We love being the top dog and everybody coming after us. But yeah, it kind of provided us with a lot of motivation, and yeah, we love that.
Okay. So I mean, you kind of knew what to expect and a little bit more prepared for this year.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
All right. All right. So let's talk about the Nationals for a minute because you, sir, had quite a tournament, scoring 8 goals and 4 assists for 12 points in only 6 games played. But your perhaps your best game, let's say, was the semifinal game against the Little Caesars team, where you had a hat trick, right? Can you talk to us about that game and how it may have boosted your confidence heading back into the big game on that Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, that was the team we wanted to see all year, right? We had a good battle with them in Florida last year.
Hmm.
I think we won 5-1 maybe, but it was a lot of fights and stuff like that. Chippy game. We knew they were a good team. We were second in the country. They were third, and we see them doing good in the OHL Cup, which is a great league. And yeah, so that's the game we wanted all year, and we knew we had to come out flying, and that's exactly what we did. I think we scored 2 goals in back-to-back shifts, like 5 minutes into the game, which was a great start for us. And we kind of kept our foot on the gas there, and we didn't let up. And we were fortunate enough to get the win there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so then let me ask you a question then. So what did Coach say there in between that intermission there and overtime to you guys? What did he say
For
that
in the final game, you
in
mean?
the
Yeah.
final game there? Yeah. What did he say there to you guys?
He kind of just let us handle it. He knew all the X's and O's were out of the question, and it was just going to come down to who wanted it more. We had experience in national finals before. We've been there, but we have also been to overtime in the national finals, which gave us a huge advantage. So yeah, I think he kind of let it up to us. He told us to stay loose and all that, and don't get too amped up and too nervous. Yeah, we knew we were going to win the game. We were the better team, and we were not going to let that slip away from us.
There you go. There you go.
Right. Okay, so this season you got to play in some NHL teams' practice facilities like the Penguins Lemieux Sports Complex and the Panthers Ice Den. Have you put much thought into the fact that one day those rinks or rinks similar to those might be your everyday practice facility? Like it's pretty amazing to get to be in those facilities and potentially be there every day.
Yeah, no, it's definitely awesome being there and seeing all the alumni on the walls and all the great players that have been through there. But I don't think I've put too much thought into it yet, just
Good.
because I'm so young and I got a long way to go before I even get there. So yeah, but it's something you always think about a little bit, because that's your dream growing up, play
Sure.
pro hockey. But yeah, I haven't put too much thought into it as to where I'm gonna be or where I want to be.
Okay. I mean, you I think you nailed it on the head there with the fact that you are so young and you still have it all there in
Right.
front of you. You know what I mean? So, um, does it feel a little weird knowing that with the season being over, and you now moving on to Team USA, that you'll no longer be playing with guys like Scuderi, who's been on your wing since before you two came into Mount, and now maybe forced to play against him next season, seeing he's set to join the Rough Raiders or Riders of the USHL.
Yeah, it was definitely pretty tough leaving that locker room after the game. But yeah, I was pretty emotional, but we ended exactly how I wanted to. And yeah, it was tough. It was tough leaving my guys there, but we're all on to bigger and better things, and I'm sure we're gonna meet somewhere down the road. But seeing the names on that NTDP roster, like I've grown up playing against a lot of those guys before, so we're all familiar with each other. So it's gonna be a good year, and we're gonna settle in nice.
All right. Well, speaking of that roster, it looks like you're going to have a couple of names that you're going to be taking with you from Mount. Braden, Christian, and Nathaniel, all going to Team USA with you, and that's great. But some of those other players, who are some of those other guys that may possibly be new line mates for you that you're most looking forward to, practicing and playing with every day?
Yeah, I mean, I could go on about everybody, but
It's an
you see these
all-star
guys.
team, yeah.
Yeah, you see these guys on social media everywhere, but you don't really know how good they are until you see them in camp and stuff. But yeah, the whole team's going to be unbelievable. I mean, we got a great group of guys, and you know, I think I'd be pretty content with playing with just about everybody on that team. I would be in good hands.
As would they, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, you're the you're the type of player where you make other players around you better because of how you open up play, how you your vision and how you see the ice and the passes and the plays that you're able to make. So I mean, I think they'll be just as happy to play with you as well. So
Right.
Yeah, I hope so.
Okay, so all right, you've been back home, right? Going to be returning home here. Season's all returning and everything, coming back home. What's the first home cooked meal that you've requested?
I like a good steak. I think my mom makes good steak, and steak and potatoes and a little bit of asparagus.
Ooh, okay. Now, what kind of steak?
I'm a filet guy.
Oh,
Me too.
okay.
I love it. I love it. Yep.
All right, all right. And now, how do you like it cooked?
Medium.
All
All
right.
right, all right. That's respectable. That's respectable.
At least it's not like
Nice.
a hockey puck, it's
Right? Yeah, right. Yeah. You got to
I
have
don't
a
know how people eat
little
that.
pink in there.
right. Okay.
Awesome.
So I want to know, is there one thing above anything else that you hope to get out of playing with Team USA? I mean, obviously that's an honor, and walking into that facility, as there just as many faces and names and everything else around there that have walked those halls, and now playing at the NHL and AHL levels and stuff like that. What are you really hoping to get out of Team USA and to help you and your career?
Yeah. I think a lot of people are going to talk about being drafted or committing to D1. But something that goes untalked about is the amount of discipline that they teach you. Because that's going to not only help you as a hockey player, but help you as a person in life. You know, just teaching you, not everything's handed to you. You got to work for everything. And, I think that's a big thing, being able to have discipline, because then it makes you work harder and you push everybody else around you.
Yeah, that's a good way to, and I think that's a good way to approach things. And I think getting to be part of that program is also a very special honor for you as well. So that's a huge congratulations for you, man. For
Yeah, I
sure.
appreciate that.
Yeah, man. If it's even possible that you could improve upon anything this past season, and is there anything you need to work on this summer? I mean, seriously.
Yeah, there's plenty to keep me busy. But I think, just like I said last year, I think, the skating is my biggest thing, because, every level you get to, it's just going to keep getting faster and faster. And all these guys, the skill is going to be there, but the skating and the physicality is going to be the biggest thing, which sets people apart. So I think, yeah, just keep working on all that stuff, and the rest will teach itself.
Yeah, man. So far, so good, right, Lance?
Yeah, I mean, I think he hit the nail on the head there. Every league you go up, it's bigger, stronger, and faster, and enabled and to be able to play in that. Even if you're the most talented offensive player, you
Yeah.
gotta be able to survive out there. And I think Team USA is gonna get him there for sure. And his talents got him there. But like he said, that team is just going to build him up not only as a player but as a man, and get him ready for that, whatever the next level
life.
comes after
Life.
that in life,
Right.
altogether, because they just produce some amazing young talents year after year coming out of that program. So such a great opportunity, and Rocco, we can't wait to see where you go from here, as we said, after last season. So, congrats on everything this year, and we can't wait to see what happens next.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
All right. I'll tell you what here, man, folks, I got to tell you, if you like what we do, please hit the like and subscribe. We would really appreciate that. We also would really like to say thank you to Rocco for hopping on the show here, man. And also a huge congratulations for second championship in a row, and for being named to the United States development team. Congratulations, Rocco, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah. Our
You
pleasure.
got it. You got it. Lance, I'll tell you what, man, I think we got a really good one here. And the fact that we're able to continue to watch this young phenom grow and just get better and better, and his hockey IQ is off the charts. He makes everybody else around him better. You got to go check him out, man. Can't wait to see you play in the United States development team. So thank you very much for that. Thank you, Lance, for all you do. I'm your co-host, Ron SteelFlyers, and this has been another episode of Prospect Watch.